Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today for our Railbookers presentation. Today, focusing on multi-country vacations traveling throughout Europe. We've got a wonderful selection at Railbookers of itineraries that have been curated to include a combination of different European countries that are very often combined together. And I'm really excited to be able to share these with you today. My name is Chris David. I'm going to be your host for the webinar today, which should run approximately 15 minutes in duration. So let's get started with a quick overview of what we're going to be covering. I'm going to be telling you all about rail travel and rail vacations, particularly throughout Europe with different countries, telling you about what we can do at Railbookers to combine all of those different components of the vacation that you're planning, including the rail segments, which we can book on your behalf through your travel advisor or with you directly. And we can include all the other aspects of the trip, the hotels, the sightseeing tours, all in one place, making it so easy and convenient for you to piece together your independent trip through Europe. I also want to tell you a little bit about the webinar platform that we're using today. Our On24 webinar dashboard that you see in front of you has little icons, which are a great resource for you to be able to link very easily through to get more information, easily accessing our e-brochures, as well as contacting us to address any questions to our rail experts and take our survey as well. Here we have the European Rail Network map, and the reason we always include this in our presentation is just to give you a sense of how vast and quite complicated the rail system throughout Europe can be. All of those different colors are different rail operators. Every country in Europe has a separate company that operates its rail system, and it can be quite tricky to book trips going through different countries because these various rail operators don't work together in the back end, and this is where we come in at Railbookers, making it so easy and convenient for you or your travel advisor on your behalf to create these tailor-made trips that include various countries. Today we're going to be showing you a number of ready-made itineraries. Bear in mind that any of these can be customized to suit your specific needs. If you want to add additional countries or additional destinations into any of these trips, we can do that with the greatest of ease for you. So let's dive in and look at some of the itineraries that we have gathered together for today's webinar, just to show you some classic combinations of various destinations that can be combined in an independent rail journey, starting with London, Paris, and Barcelona. What a wonderful combination of three classic European destinations. London and Paris, of course, can be so conveniently connected by the Eurostar, the high-speed train that travels under the English Channel, taking just 3 hours to go between London and Paris. Our trip includes incredible sightseeing opportunities in all of these cities. In London, we have the London in One Day sightseeing tour included in the trip, which will take you to all the iconic sites, the London Eye, Buckingham Palace, the Tower of London. Then traveling on the Eurostar, you arrive right into the heart of Paris, leaving, of course, from the centrally located train station in London. And we'll book you at hotels near the station, so everything is incredibly easy and convenient for you. You can hit the ground running as soon as you arrive in Paris. You leave London in the morning, arrive Paris the same morning after that 3-hour journey, and you can spend the rest of the day exploring Paris. We have included in the Paris portion of the itinerary the Skip the Line Eiffel Tower and Seine River cruise. Great to be able to go and ascend right to the summit of the Eiffel Tower. We recommend doing that in the evening so you get to see the city illuminated and the tower itself lit up in the evening, which is just spectacular. So you have that included, one-day sightseeing tour in London. Hotels, by the way, with Railbookers, we offer you a selection of properties so that you can determine where you want to be located. We have properties close to the airport and hotels close to the rail station. You're going from Heathrow right into London, Paddington, We can book you in at a hotel like the Indigo, an amazing property which really showcases um, the unique aspects of the neighborhood around Paddington Station, and that sets you up for your exploration of London right there in the center of town. In Paris, again, we have that skip the line Eiffel Tower cruise. It's always great to have those skip the line tickets booked. So when you see everybody uh, lining up in that long snaking queue to get access to the Eiffel Tower, you go straight through, and you have your summit access all the way to the third level of the Eiffel Tower to see the incredible view from up there. From Paris, you're going straight through to Barcelona on the train. The amazing thing about high-speed rail service in Europe is you can connect relatively large distances quickly and conveniently. So you're going to be arriving into the heart of Barcelona, where we have the Skip the Line Sagrada Familia tour. If you're not familiar with that, one of Europe's greatest attractions, in my opinion, the jewel of Barcelona, Antoni Gaudi's a masterpiece right in the heart of the city. And we have the Skip the Line tour taking you inside that magnificent cathedral. Munich, Prague, Vienna, and Budapest. Now, Vienna, Prague, and Budapest are often combined. And again, with Railbookers, we allow you to go a little bit further afield than that classic grouping of the imperial cities of Eastern Europe and include Munich in that itinerary. So again, you have the perfect inclusion of sightseeing opportunities to enable you to get the most out of your time in each of these cities. In Vienna and Munich, you're going to have a private walking tour in a small group with a guide who's going to take you around and show you all the sights of the city. And in Prague and Budapest, we have hop-on, hop-off sightseeing passes, which, again, get you around to all the main sites. So in that 2-night duration of your stay in each city, you'll have that perfect combination of free time to enjoy the destination on your own, as well as the included sightseeing opportunities. European Grand Tour is one of our favorite itineraries at Railbookers that gives people an opportunity to really take in some of the great highlight cities throughout Europe. It's a unidirectional itinerary going southbound from Berlin to Rome, taking in en route Amsterdam, Paris, Zurich, and Venice. So what a great way to get a taste of all these classic, iconic European destinations. With all Railbookers itineraries, by the way, you're going to have your overnight accommodation included in the trip with breakfast, and all of the sightseeing inclusions that I'm mentioning when describing the itineraries, as well, of course, as the rail connections between each of the cities. So in Berlin, you have that included walking tour going with a local guide, which is a great way to get familiar with any European city. In Amsterdam, you'll have skip the line tickets to the Rijksmuseum, which is Amsterdam's great museum housing some of the most famous artworks in the world, created by the Dutch masters Rembrandt, Van Gogh, Vermeer, and others. You also have an included canal cruise, an aspect of Amsterdam which some people aren't aware of. It's a city on canals, much like Venice, and seeing the city from the water is a great way to get oriented in Amsterdam. In Paris, you'll have included your Eiffel Tower tour, so you're going with a tour guide inside the precinct of the tower, and then you get your tickets to go up to the top. You have your Seine River cruise and access to the Louvre as well included. So really, some of the great attractions of Paris included. You can have an overnight in Switzerland en route to Venice via Milan, and then 2 nights in Venice to take in all the great sights there. Traveling southward by a high-speed train with Trenitalia from Venice to Rome, which is just 4 hours on the train. Amazing how much ground you can cover when you're going at over 300 kilometers per hour. Leaving Venice, the train station is right in the heart of the city. In Rome, it's right in the heart of the city. You don't have to worry about transfer from outlying airports into city centers when you're traveling by rail. It's a great way to do an independent journey throughout Europe. Really, you only have to be at the station a half an hour before your departure. And when you arrive, you can hit the ground running, checking into your centrally located hotel just a short distance from the rail station. So you have the whole day to explore instead of having to bother with your transfers and with the cumbersome transportation from airports into city centers. We have a great collection of e-brochures to share with you at Railbookers. These showcase the destinations that we offer. We've got our worldwide independent rail journeys that you see in the center there, which is the comprehensive collection of our various Railbookers destinations. But then you can also check out collections of our trips by destination, our river cruises, our Canadian vacations, our Alaskan trips, and then the luxury rail journeys, which is a great idea for you to peruse. The Venice Simplon Orient Express, the Belmont Royal Scotsman, and luxury trains in other parts of the world. The little icon you see at the top right-hand corner of the screen actually will link you directly through to the brochures, so be sure to make use of that. Hopefully today's webinar has given you some ideas, some food for thought, and we'd love to discuss your next vacation with you. Today's webinar is pre-recorded, so we don't have the opportunity for live questions, but please give us a call at the toll-free number on the screen, and one of our rail experts would love to chat with you and answer any questions that you may have. At the top left, you see a little survey as well, so please click that and link through to our survey. We look forward to seeing you on a future webinar. Hope you have a great day. Bye for now. Thanks again.